Once upon a warm summer evening, Benny was wandering through his backyard, under a sky full of twinkling stars. He loved how the gentle breeze carried with it the sweet scent of blooming flowers. Benny spotted Luna, sitting quietly by the old oak tree, her face hidden behind her long hair. She seemed lost in thought, and Benny felt a twinge of worry for his shy friend. "Hello, Luna," he said softly, trying not to startle her. "Are you okay?" Luna slowly lifted her head, her eyes wide with surprise but gentle. "Benny, what are you doing here?" "I just wanted to check if everything was all right," he replied, sitting down beside her. "I know sometimes we can feel lonely in this big world." Luna nodded, her voice barely above a whisper. "Sometimes, I do." Benny reached out and gently placed his hand on hers. "That's why it's important to have friends who care." A small smile tugged at Luna's lips as she looked into Benny's kind eyes. "Maybe you're right," she admitted, her voice softening. They sat in silence for a moment, just enjoying the peacefulness of that summer night. Then, Benny suggested, "Why don't we make some star crafts? We can do it together and hang them up later." Luna looked at him with surprise but agreed, "Sure. That sounds nice." Together, they gathered materials from around the garden, feathers, twigs, and bits of paper, and started creating tiny stars. The act of crafting brought them closer. Benny noticed how Luna's hands moved deftly as she worked on her star. He marveled at her skill but didn't say anything, letting her take the lead. As the evening progressed, Benny began to tell Luna about his favorite places in their neighborhood, how the park was a secret hideout for birds and squirrels, and how the old library held stories that could transport anyone anywhere. Luna listened intently, her eyes lighting up with curiosity. When Benny finished talking, she shared one of her own favorite memories from school, making him laugh heartily. After their crafting session, they decided to take a walk around the garden. The moon was high and bright, casting silvery light on everything it touched. They strolled through the garden paths, pausing now and then to admire a particularly pretty flower or listen to the night sounds. Benny pointed out different plants and shared interesting facts about them, making Luna giggle with wonder. As they neared their usual spot by Mr. Jenkins' fence, Benny noticed how Mr. Jenkins was watching them from his porch, a warm smile on his face. He had always been an important mentor to Benny, teaching him the value of kindness and compassion. "Mr. Jenkins is here," Benny whispered, nudging Luna gently with his elbow. "He likes us spending time together." Luna looked up at Mr. Jenkins, who waved back warmly, a twinkle in his eye. She felt a sense of comfort from being around such a kind soul. Benny and Luna continued their walk, talking about what they wanted to do when they grew up. They dreamed big and laughed heartily, enjoying each other's company immensely. As the night drew closer to its end, Benny suggested they make some tea and sit by the old oak tree under the stars. Luna agreed, grateful for this unexpected friendship. They prepared a simple tea together, chatting about their dreams and aspirations. It was such a magical evening that even Mr. Jenkins joined them later, sharing stories of his own childhood and the lessons he had learned along the way. Benny listened intently as Mr. Jenkins spoke about the importance of empathy and understanding. "Sometimes," he said, "we need to open our hearts and see the world through someone else's eyes." The three of them shared stories late into the night, the warm glow from their tea lamps casting a cozy light on their faces. Finally, as the clock chimed midnight, they decided it was time for bed. Luna hugged Benny tightly before going inside, promising to visit him again soon. Benny watched her go with a heart full of gratitude and love. He knew this friendship had transformed his world in ways he couldn't have imagined. With stars still twinkling overhead, Benny headed back home, feeling lighter than ever. As he closed the door behind him, he felt the warmth of Luna's company lingering in the air. The next morning would be a new day full of possibilities and hope. But for now, all three friends drifted off to peaceful dreams under the watchful gaze of the stars. And so, as the gentle breeze whispered through the garden, Benny smiled softly, knowing that sometimes, all it takes is a little kindness to bring light into even the darkest nights.